So Howard, this is going to be your 8th annual Ag and Food Tech workshop. What brought you to this event to begin with, and why do you keep coming back?
Yeah, it's been 8 years already. It's amazing. So we started this event somewhat as a hobby, frankly. We invited a bunch of startups to come to my mountain retreat here in Bonnie Doon. In those days, the main thing was precision ag. But today, turns out to be one of the hottest sectors in tech. You know, there's so much happening. We're really sitting at the confluence of quite a few megatrends, things like AI, climate change, pressures to decarbonize, SynBio, alt protein. So we really feel like it's become a much bigger thing than back in those days.
I'm really excited about the startups. Having 20 early stage companies present gives you a really good idea about what's happening in the sector as a whole. And within that, to me, it has to be the alternative animal product sector, because it's not just cell-based meats, it's not just plant-based meats. This whole new area has grown so much with the ability to use fermentation as one tool, to use all these other tools to the advantage of startups to make new products, to create cost-efficient ways to provide a delivery system that hasn't been available from years past. So I think we finally almost turned a corner where in the past we had these great ideas around cell-based meats, but it was never cost-effective and the economics were not on their side. Now you can sort of see a pathway to market, and that I think really excites me.
Well, Nick, I think this is going to be the most exciting year yet. And the reason why there's so many startups is because we couldn't turn down all these fantastic startups that are coming to want to present. We're getting more terrific companies than any year in the past. And I think this is emblematic of the fact that this is a really hot sector. This is a sector that's generating lots of innovation, lots of new technology, and in response to huge demand from the industry, from the market, from the world, frankly. And in particular, what we're seeing this year is a really large inflow of bioreactor-related fermentation companies producing alt proteins of various types. So this is a huge trend, as we all know, and it's very exciting. We've had to make some tough choices because we can't just have an event focused on only those kinds of startups. We have startups from many other types and other subsectors as well, but this is definitely the flavor of the year.
So on top of the 20 startup presentations, we will also have 8 investor-led discussions. Could you tell us a little about these discussions?
Well, Nick, as you know, our theory is that we try to give a window onto the world of tech and what's developing next in tech through startups. But in addition to that, we have developed a large community of investors and corporates who help support our event and who are speaking at our event to give context to these presentations by startups. And so this year we have a record number of discussion panels by some of these top investors and corporates and other experts coming to speak on 8 very interesting and topical subjects in this industry.
Why should people attend the workshop this year, and who do you think would get the most out of it?
Investors were going to want to attend this event to see some really cool investment opportunities, of course, 20 startups. Startups are going to want to come and watch this because they want to see what other startups are doing, get some ideas. You don't have to be a specialist in food or ag tech to want to know what's happening to the food chain, right? You don't have to be a specialist in agriculture to want to know what's happening and the impact on the world of agriculture, right? So what I found is that lots of different kinds of people come to our event. Some that are interested in climate change, some that are interested in impact, some that are interested in the impact, some that are AI specialists that want to see how to apply AI to the sector, software specialists. So it's a very diverse event, and we're seeing a much larger attendance this year as a result.